Hi everyone, I'm back. Now I've cut out four of the comics, and this is what it looks like so far. Let me just go back. This is going to be the first row, and I found construction paper, and this is a little big for this, but I'm going to put this into the back. And I would say if you want to do the same thing, like I said, if you want to add like fabric or some kind of paper or cardstock or whatever you would like to make this more sturdy, you have to put it in first. So for instance, what I think I'm going to do is put this in. I'm going to have to cut this down because like I said, it's a little bit too wide and it's a little bit too long. But you're going to put this in. Then I'm going to sew across the first row, like on top of the first row, like right across there. And then that's the only thing you do. Because you're not going to want to do the columns like going like down in between like where the comics are. You're not wanting to do that until you're at the very end when you're done. And then doing the horizontal stripes across or sewing across will just help them, they'll stay together so they won't like fall down towards the bottom. So I'm going to do a row and cut this to fit, and I'll be right back. Bye. Hi everyone, I'm back, and I've sewed my first row. So this is what it looks like. I used black thread, and this is, I believe, this is about a 2 or 3 stitch size on this. I have a Brother sewing machine, and I really think for this type of thing it doesn't really matter. It's just about personal preference, how wide or how tight you want the stitch size to be. I don't think it's that crucial. So anyway, this is what it looks like, and you can see right here is where it's sewn, and this is what it looks like so far. This is the first row. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is do this again. Cut around the edges of each little comic to your liking, or you can leave them, it doesn't really matter. And then I'm going to put the next 4 on top right here, and then I'm going to sew on top of it just like I did for this one. So I'll be right back. Bye. Hi everyone, I'm back. Now I've done my second row, so it looks like this. So I've done the second row of stitching right there, and this is going to be the flap of my clutch purse. So it's going to end up looking like this, like so. So if that makes sense. So like I folded it over. This is going to be like the top. Now what you're going to have to do, depending on your personal preference, I am going to, since this is going to be the front flap, and this is right side up, like it's facing the right way, so if you wanted to read the comics or something, it would read like this. Now when I flip this over, this is going to have to be like I'm reading it, so this is where it's supposed to be right side up on the back part. So now what I'm going to do is these are going to look upside down. So for instance, now you see these are right side up like that. Well, now the next 2 rows, so this is roughly about like 2, it's probably gonna be about 2 rows for each panel, if that makes sense. Like the fold of each fold, like this is gonna have 2, and this will have 2, and this has 2 rows. So what it's gonna look like now is it's gonna look like that, and then after I've cut these down, it's gonna do like this. So this is gonna be upside down, but when you fold it right there, and it's gonna be right, if that makes sense, because this part right here is these 2 rows that are going to be on this side are going to be the back of the purse. So if that makes sense, and then your final row is going to be, I believe, is going to be like this. So I'm not sure. Let's see. This, I believe it might be the correct way, so they'll be like facing the same way as these are. If it's not right, I'll just let you know after I do it. But I'm going to do the next 2 rows, and then I'll be right back. Bye. Hi everyone, I'm back. And now I've done the first 4 rows, or the flap and the back of my clutch. So this is what it looks like. This, if you remember, this is the bottom of the sheet protector. Now this is going to be the flap, these first 2 rows. And now, if you can see, they're up, these next 2 rows are upside down, but, or these next 2 rows, sorry, these are upside down because it's going to be the back, and I did that so that they will be right side up when you fold the clutch into the right position. So this is what it looks like right now. Okay, here we go. So this is what it looks like. This is the front flap. This is the back flap. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is, see, this is also, and I just did that, this is a little long. So what you can do is really easy, since it's seamed up the sides naturally, like right here and right here with the sheet protector. All you have to do is cut it if it's too short, or if it's, if it's too long or something, and like one of the sides will end up being too long if you don't cut it. Just cut it, and then then all I have to do is cut it to fit right here, and then, you know, all I have to do is I'll probably cut it like right here or something, and just cut it straight across, and then you'll have your clutch. So I'll do that, cut off this excess, do my last 2 rows, and I'll be right back. Bye. Hi, I'm back, and now, as you can see, I've completely finished it. So you can see the comics, and there you go. So what I'm going to do is fold it like this. You can fold it, because if you didn't already try it out, when you sew along it, it kind of makes a seam. So wherever you've sewn, it can be a seam. So what you do is fold it, and then you can flip it over, and that is your clutch. There you go. See, at first, some of these are going to be the wrong way, because at first I was like, I don't really know what I want to do. Because at first I was just going to do the 2 panels. That's why I was doing like the one thing. But I felt like this was a little bit too little for a clutch. As far as if you want to try to, you know, if you have like a little cell phone, like even I have a Juke, which is like, you know, it's like 4 or 5 inches long and 1.5 inches wide or something, and I was like, this is too little, and you know, so I was like, I want to make mine 3 panels. So if that means like, so it's gonna be like this, like 3 rows, and then 3 rows, and then this is going to be the flap, like so. So that's what I did, and again, like, some is going to look kind of weird just because the sides are, I mean, now it's kind of, because I decided to make it 3 panels, or I kind of folded that the wrong way. Actually, this is what it's really going to look like. Sorry, I folded it on the wrong side, but see, like, this is going to be upside down now, but I mean, it doesn't really matter. I mean, if you want to, you can do something. And then something else I thought about doing was, see, this is the back. You can see all of the little seam lines where I sewed on it. This is the back. What I'm going to do is glue some, like, black fabric to it. This is some knit fabric that I got at Joann Fabric. You can get at Hancock Fabric, just any, like, fabric craft store, anything. This is just some plain stretch fabric. I'm going to I'm going to glue a square of it over here, so then you have like a nice lining for your purse now, and you just cover up all these seam lines. I mean, if you don't want to, that's completely fine. You can just leave it. But, you know, if you don't want to have these seam lines, if you don't want to have these lines all over it, then you can always put, you know, some kind of material, another piece of paper, whatever you want, a lining. If you want to do some kind of lining for it, that's what you do. So I'm going to do that, and I'll be right back. Bye.